away.
Good afternoon. We're starting a little late today. I went and had to get a tooth pulled. So I don't imagine this will be too long, but I am not going to break my streak of 102 weeks over a tooth. I'm too stubborn for that. So half my face is still numb. This is what we call willing to go to any length. So my tooth doesn't hurt anymore though. So that's a plus. That is a plus. Hi, Sawyer. And Sawyer's one of my cats. He's one of those cats. He just deadpan stares at me all the time. It's actually kind of uncomfortable sometimes. I'm like, "Well, you stop staring at me. Stop staring at me, Kit Kat. Kit Kat always staring at me." So, but I hope everybody's having a good weekend. After I do this, the perfect day to pull out the water pressure machine and go have a little bit of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff done outside. I dug a little fire pit during the summer. Didn't use it, but because fall's the right time to do that, and I did a lot of tree trimming. So we're gonna do some burning. We have a couple of fireside chats. I know the grandkids are looking forward to that. So I had an itch. I went to itch it, but I didn't feel it. It itches, but I can't feel it. It still itches because I can't satisfy the scratch. Oh, well. I hate going to the dentist. Oh, my God. I did it. I made it. It got done. Novocaine it doesn't work on me like other people. I need extra Novocaine. Yeah, I just soon knock my ass out. But anyway, welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. I'm your host. Yes, meow meow. I don't know if you can hear him or not. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. You probably can't hear the cat. My microphone is it's set to where you'll only hear what's directly right in front of the microphone. So I'm spending a little bit of extra money to get a better microphone. Not usually very materialistic, but in this case, I wanted a decent microphone. Got my headshots done. Those are completed. Yes, and this is progress, right? Progress. We're talking about a balanced life today. We're going to be reading out of A Day at a Time, which is Hazelden literature. I'm a big fan of Hazelden literature. From my understanding, they were making Hazelden literature AA approved literature, from my understanding. I don't know if that's still happening or not. All right. So, should we do it? Let's do it. He's talking about his depression to start off with. But you'll see why we're it mostly, like it says today, I'll remember goal set too high set me back. So it's about trying not to put too much on your plate at once. This can really happen during the fourth step. In the beginning of sobriety, things change and they change quickly. Suddenly it's like, and in the beginning, it's going to feel like your time's being inconvenienced. It did for me. AA just inconveniences my life, man. But I wanted to be sober more than anything else, and since I wasn't drinking anymore, well, I had plenty of time on my hands. I had a lot of extra time on my hands, right? But in the beginning, it can feel overwhelming because everybody comes back and spend time with the kids, spend time with the significant other, trying to get to your meetings. Maybe you had a DUI, you have other classes that you have to do. Yeah, you're going to be pretty busy in the beginning. And it might kind of suck. Okay, we're going for balance here. You deserve to have good days. You do. Right? We didn't get sober. How come my phone's just on vibrate? It is not dinging anyway. It doesn't matter right now. All right. Amber says, I folded all laundry, hung up the coats. Good job. Made Michelle's tie-dye order. Got mine and Isaac's Bronco stuff, and Elix is ready for tomorrow. About to dye my hair next. Yeah. Now, I got my tooth pulled. So Amber's a little bit ahead of me. You have unlimited firewood. I might take some. I might take some. I have a lot of trees in my yard that need to be tore down and stuff. So it'll be a little while. But if I come across somebody that needs firewood, I will definitely let you know. You should sell that by the yard and shit if you have unlimited firewood. I would. Even for real cheap, you know. Anyway, during acute depressions, wrote AA co-founder Bill W., avoid trying to set your whole life in order at once. Yeah. So goal setting is really what we're talking about here. All right. So goal setting. Now, if I was to bring this into, because I was in sales for a while and I did a lot of training. I always like to be the manager, the top dog. Otherwise, it's just not even worth my time. That's how I felt. I don't work that way anymore. I would call this an elephant. That's what I would call this. And there's only one way to eat an elephant, a bite at a time. It's the only way to eat an elephant. It might take a little while, okay? Right? To get things in balance. A lot of us go through those steps pretty quick, right? Some of us take a little bit more time, but in each sense, there's going to need to be a little bit of balance. Take some time each day for you if you can, even if it's 20 minutes. Take that. And what I do is I try and schedule things. Is what I do. Like Friday night is date night, unless it is the third weekend of the month, in which case we have the grandkids. But every Friday night is date night. If something happens, we can't have date night, then it will be Saturday night. Okay? If it doesn't happen, then it will be Sunday night, but it will get put in, right? So that's why a home group can be important. Find a group that is a good time for you. I have found that a lot of people really need a 5:30, 6 o'clock meeting, right? Whenever because you were used to going to the liquor store, or you were used to going to the bar right after work. So that's why those meetings are at 5:30, 5:45. That's why we have them. People just getting off work because they were used to. So now we're going to set ourselves up to, instead of setting ourselves up to fail, we're going to set ourselves up to succeed. So I'm drooling here a little bit. I apologize. You probably can't see it, but Amber says I'm in hustle mode. Holidays are coming up. Yeah, I think all Virgos are on fire right now. Yeah, we want to get stuff done. I know we talk about Virgos a lot here, don't we? That's just because Virgos are awesome. All right. Right. Unless you're a narcissist, then you're not going to like Virgos. Unless you're a Virgo narcissist. I am literally making shit up. All right. If you take on assignments so heavy that you are sure to fail in them at the moment, then you are allowing yourself to be tricked by your unconscious. Let's talk 4-step on this. Okay. There's been times when I've given people the directions for the 4-step and the way that I do it, and I'm not going to cover that part here. And then they go do it. They don't do it that way. What are the rules that I have for mine? And this is the way I was taught, and it worked real well for me. 15 to 20 minutes a day. Then I am to close it and put it away. Not 5 minutes, not 7 minutes, not 12 minutes, between 15 minutes and 20 minutes a day, not 21 minutes. Right. And what I'm doing is I'm closing it. I'm saying, because it's hard stuff. So what am I learning in this? Delayed gratification. God, I'm going to close this. God, this is yours now. Until I work on it again tomorrow, this is yours. Acceptance. That's one of the parts that they don't see. Or they just start writing. They start writing a whole history and creating more work for themselves than they needed to. Okay. Well, my last sponsor had me do it this way. That's great. I'm sure they did a great job, but this is how I do the 4-step. So, if it's not working out, I've never had to do this before, but I'm willing to find somebody else to help you with your 4-step if the way that I'm doing it is not working. I've never run across that. We all kind of do them the same, but I am interested in see how other people do them, right? So we can't put too much on ourselves. We tend to do that. This is a setup. It's our unconscious. And what is our unconscious doing? Well, it's creating reasons to, wait for it, drink. Or give us excuses to be mad at this person over here, or to be upset with that person over there. Okay. It provides us for excuses for ill behavior. Right. Oh, sorry. Ooh, okay. Stomach. I think between everything, my stomach's like, between dentist and the Novocaine and everything else, my tummy's like, fuck you. All right. So yes, I'm going to take something. I have Zofran. I love Zofran. All right. And it's for me. I just noticed. I know people notice that stuff, and I don't want to think I'm over here like, popping fentanyl or something. No, I do a line right in front of you. All right. Let's get back to this. My jokes just aren't. I'm sure they're funny to me, but I'm also really, really out of it. So, thus, you will continue to make sure of your failure, and when it comes, you'll have another alibi for still more retreat into depression. Yeah. Or set yourself up to be the victim again, or, and all this really is just frothy emotional appeal, right? But we got to have a balanced life, balanced and consistent. Hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Other Virgo. All right, it's starting to go away. I haven't put my tongue over there. I'm sad I lost my tooth. Oh, you didn't let me keep the tooth for the tooth fairy, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. I need all the money I can get. So, really, we got to stop setting ourselves up to fail. And what is that? Well, it's an old bad habit. It is a bad habit. And habits can be broken, right? Yeah. So now what do? Now we set ourselves up to succeed. That means going to meetings, finding a sponsor, doing the work, doing the steps, service work, service work. I've noticed a lot of people lately, they're doing 90% of the program, but they're missing out on that service work. Okay. Dear Zoom meeting attendees, stop showing up late. Okay. Get there 10 minutes before the room is open. Okay. We got to start getting there on time. It's a little too convenient. See, it's a little different when you got to walk in the room and everybody's staring at you because you're late. Yeah, that'll force you to get and see how accountability will make you have different actions. Okay. I challenge you. I challenge you, Zoom people. Don't set your alarm. Okay. If you go to a 3 o'clock meeting, don't set your alarm for 3 o'clock. Set it for 2:50. Get your butt in that meeting a little bit early and support the host, the co-host, and the person sharing the meeting, even if it's just hanging out and a little bit of talk. It sucks opening a meeting 15 minutes early and then everybody shows up 5 minutes late. That's rude. It is disrespectful. Okay. So let's try and start getting there on time. All right. Just something I kind of noticed. If you want to do service work, you got to be there on time. All right. Oh. Shell says, I can't get there before the room is open. That's true, but you can. I always open it 10 minutes before. Sometimes I'm a minute or two late. So, but yes, you're right. You can't get in unless it's open. Silly. In short, the all or nothing attitude is the most destructive one. All or nothing. Now, this is going to sound a little weird because in order for this to happen, it is an all or nothing situation. Going with the way I've been describing it is that third step into the fourth step. It is an all or nothing, but in this case, we don't need to have those extremes living a balanced life, right? Let's use a different example. Maybe it'll help out. Maybe it'll be a little bit better. So we alcoholics tend to think that we're just pieces of crap. Oh, we're horrible. I'm such a horrible person. Or we think we think we're the GOAT. We think we are the number one. And we're neither of these. You're in the middle there somewhere. It's about Dion sacrificing what he thinks he wants for the betterment of the whole. Right? My wife and I were driving down to the dentist, and I had this friend who applied for a job at a place I knew they weren't going to hire. She got too many ethics for this place. But the way I was describing her to my wife was this: she's exactly like me, and some of you folks have met her, right? My friend Lori, and she's even Virgo, right? But her and I are almost exactly alike, except for the fact that she is much better at putting aside her personal shit to go somewhere and work and still help people. That is a skill that I am still learning. Right? There are some skills that I had where I'm a little bit better than her. See, but our skills are kind of opposite. So if I need something, she's got it. If she needs something, I have it. And it's a real mutual relationship. It works out really, really well. And we've flat out yelled at each other before too. But it's weird because like even when her and I are going back and forth, I don't feel any hate from her. And she's a Hispanic woman on top of it. So man, she get that mouth going, and Virgo, man, we get into some adventurous talks. All right. So balance. You gotta, like when my daughter first got sober, she was like, Dad, I'm getting frustrated because you tell me 90 meetings in 9 days. She was feeling overwhelmed. And I told her, what's the point in being sober, being in recovery if you can't spend time with your kids? Absolutely. That is a part of recovery. And I explained to her how there are different types of meetings. We're having a meeting right here, right now, where any two are gathered in my name. There you go. Right. But being a good alcoholic, she took it to the extreme and started creating meeting situations in her head. And I know she did because that's what I would have done as an alcoholic. Balance, right? And she figured it out. People usually figure it out. Yeah. Whew. Oh, stomach's a little bit better. All right. It is best to begin with whatever the ear whatever the irreducible minimums of activity are. Then work for an enlargement of these things day by day, right? Let's say you have a room and it's just a mess and you don't want to clean it up because it's overwhelming. Maybe backyard. I got a lot of shit in my backyard right now. Oh my God, there's junk here. There's weeds over there. The trampolines. And just slowly, I've been doing parts of it. I did not have to tackle the whole backyard in one day. Right? I'm going to go out here and power wash the driveway. I'm going to do it in chunks. I'm not going to just go out there and do it until it's done. No. It may even take me a few days. That is okay. Right? Sometimes we need to take these bigger things and break them down into little bite-sized things. Right? Yeah. When I am discouraged by setbacks, am I willing to start over? Now I'm going to tell you something too, because even that's kind of an extreme right there. Let's say I had 9 months of sobriety, and I went out last night, and I had a slip, but I'm back today. Did I lose the 9 months? No, I did not lose those 9 months. Everything you did still counts. You think that drinking, we alcoholics tend to think that because we had a slip, we have to press the reset button and start everything over. Oh, dear Lord. What if you're in the middle of your fourth step? Now you're going to revisit the third step real quick and get back to the fourth. You had a slip. It's not the end of the world. The only thing that's going to change in this is your sobriety date. That's it. That is all that's going to change. Well, maybe your attitude. Maybe you'd be like, okay, maybe your respect for, okay, I have a healthy respect for alcohol. And that respect is it will ruin my life. Yeah, no thanks. No, thank you. Thank you. Right? So am I willing to start over? There again, you're not going to really probably have to start all the way over. No. That's the extreme thinking of an alcoholic. Whoever wrote this, they were bordering that's my experience anyway. Right? And what really is a setback? Well, the only setback in the thing that I well, who knows? Maybe I went out and I started another fight with my wife. Maybe I got a DUI this time. Maybe something else happened. Then I'm going to have to work on that also, right? All right. But a slip is not the end of the world. Now, death is the end of the world. That's it. All right. You'll also find out that when you do have these quote unquote setbacks, what they really are is learning experiences for you to help the next person. I have found sometimes God will put me through a situation. They will put me through a situation and then I advocate so that it doesn't happen to the next person. It already happened to me. Sometimes I find that to be a good thing because it's like, well, maybe if the next person came along, maybe they have a mental illness they haven't worked on yet, and it's going to make it worse for them. I don't want that for them. Okay. And there were people before me that did it. You want to hear something cool? I went to the dentist, right? And I talked to him and I'm like, hey, you know Brett Kessler? He's like, oh yeah, he's the president of the ADA. He's like, everybody knows Brett. And I actually went to college with him. I'm like, yeah, he was on my podcast. I don't get to name drop his name very often. He's a really cool guy. And you should, if you had to get any dental work done if you've had to get any dental work done, you can, and you have Medicaid, you should thank this man. He was the one that got Medicaid to start paying for dental work, at least in Colorado, because I think that's done by state. So not the whole country. I'd like to give him the whole country, but I think it's just Colorado, not just. But so thank you Thank you, Brett. Today, I pray when I am immobilized by depression, may I set small, reasonable goals, as miniature, perhaps, as saying hello to a child, washing my own coffee cup, neatening my desk, offering a short prayer. May I scrap my own script for failure, which sets me up for the deeper depression. Today, I will remember goals set too high set me back. Now, most of this in here are there's actions in here. Okay. Um, you know, and if you're feeling depressed, cleaning your room will actually help. Go make your bed. Go make your bed. Clean the mirror in your bathroom. You don't have to do everything. Start small. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay to do that. In fact, I have found that most of the things that I do are done in little increments. It doesn't all just whoosh and happen. It doesn't seem to work that way for me. So, all right. Well, I got to get some gauze back on this, and yeah, I think that's going to be it. Hopefully, I will be able to make it to the 5 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not. I'm pretty tired. I mean, like, really tired. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Michelle, it's great to see you. Amber, as always, I love you. You know I do. Have fun dyeing your hair.